I prefer the dive line breaking.
Yeah.
It does take such a pounding in there. It's failing in several places, so rather than just patch it, I think the best thing to do is to replace the whole thing. Oh. I've got some old 11mm Ogof.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have as well somewhere if you want it.
I don't anymore.
No.
I just haven't got that haven't stamina anymore. Thpough.
Yeah, the new dive line's in. I'm going to cut the old one out.
I need to put a little delay in, but I'll do that with weighing on Saturday.
That was my first time diving in Daniel Ogof. Been cave diving for about 6 months, if that. It's still fairly new. I've been caving for about 12 years before that. It's fairly high flow compared to what I've been used to in little Mendip sun. Excellent light. So we dived in through the Resurgence, quite a short sump, 4 feet of visibility, something like that. High flow, basically walk through, pulling yourself through on the cave. It rises up at the end and pops up.
The red line isn't secure. First person up needs to tie it in, and then we can pass cylinders up. Quite surprised actually, there's a decent amount of flow. Yes. Before I got the dive line, I just plonked myself in the water and I found myself going backwards. Yes. Which I was like, oh, this is unusual. In the bag, on the back. I brought Josh in here as a novice, but conditions were slightly better. Yeah. And you're going into the flow. Ah, some water's got in. I'm definitely not diving this out the other way then.
a canal section where there's relatively limited airspace. There's a couple of ducts with sort of 3-4 inches of airspace.
I hope the water doesn't rise too much. Malcolm, I'm going to be stuck here.
With the weight of the cylinders, I found myself sinking, and I couldn't touch the bottom anymore. So with nothing to breathe from and quite a lot of weight, it was rather interesting trying to hang on to the side and get through.
Carry on, guys. Oh, nice seat there. A bit of swimming. I'm filming you then. And I'll stay here while you distribute the lights. Yeah.
Through to the waterfall, which was a pretty impressive chamber. Pretty windy in there, there's a lot of water coming down. Got kitted up to come out through the other sump. We got into the water, went in for a short distance to a slot, a sort of vertical slot down.
Have you got the video camera? Have fun!
I was going to come through there. I didn't feel particularly comfortable with that. Poor visibility, reasonable flow coming out of it, and I didn't have very much air with me, so I thought better to come back the way I'd come from rather than risk running out of air partway through what would have been my longest dive had I done it. The canal, the level of water in there was significantly higher by the time we came back. This time without assistance, carrying the cylinders, I shoved a regulator in my mouth and walked through on the bottom. Very active, being in there in relatively wet conditions. It can sort of get a feel for what's formed that cave and going to continue to form it. It's a very exciting place, yeah, it's definitely very alive. It's always a good experience afterwards, isn't it? At the time, it was also very good.